The one strange thing your cat does every night while you sleep is something most people never truly think about in depth. You probably believe that once you close your eyes and drift into sleep, your cat simply curls up nearby and rests just like you do. Quiet, still, harmless. But what if that assumption is only half the truth? What if, while your world turns completely dark and your awareness fades, your cat begins to behave in ways you were never meant to notice? Because the reality is, your cat does not simply sleep through the night the way you imagine. There is a hidden layer of behavior that unfolds every single night, and once you understand it, you may never look at your pet the same way again. It usually starts the moment you fall into deep sleep. Your breathing slows, your body becomes still, and the room becomes quiet in a way that feels completely normal to you. But to your cat, this moment is a signal, a shift. Something changes in the environment that they are extremely sensitive to. While you think nothing is happening, your cat is fully aware of your transformation from an active, responsive being into something quiet and motionless. And that is when their behavior subtly begins to change too. You might have noticed it before without realizing its importance. Sometimes you wake up slightly during the night and feel a light pressure near your face or a soft touch against your hand. Maybe you ignore it. Maybe you assume your cat is just being affectionate or looking for attention. But what if that touch has a deeper meaning? Many animal behaviorists suggest that cats are far more aware of breathing patterns than we give them credit for. When you sleep, your breathing becomes slow and rhythmic, and your cat registers that shift almost like a background check. That gentle paw on your face or nose is not random affection. It is observation, a quiet confirmation that you are still alive, still stable, still present in the way they expect you to be. In their world, stillness without explanation is something worth monitoring. And this is not just about instinct alone. Cats are deeply wired to track changes in their environment, especially when it involves something they emotionally depend on. You are not just a source of food or shelter to your cat. You are part of their safe zone, their reference point. So when your body becomes unusually still, their natural response is to verify that nothing is wrong. It is almost like a silent nighttime check-in that happens without your awareness. You remain asleep, completely unaware, while your cat quietly ensures everything is as it should be. But that is only the beginning of what happens during the night. Because after this subtle checking behavior, something even more interesting often follows. There are countless reports from cat owners who wake up in the middle of the night or early morning to find their cat suddenly active, moving through rooms, pacing quietly, or sitting still in complete darkness staring at corners of the house. At first glance, it feels strange, even a little unsettling. Why would a calm pet suddenly become active when everything is supposed to be asleep? The answer lies in something deeply embedded in their biology. Cats are naturally crepuscular creatures, which means they are most active during dawn and dusk. These are the hours when their instincts tell them to observe, patrol, and stay alert. Even though your home is safe, your cat's internal programming does not completely shut off. So while you are in deep sleep, your cat may go through short bursts of movement, not out of confusion, but out of instinctual necessity. They are not randomly running around. They are scanning their environment in their own way, mapping sounds, checking familiar zones, and reinforcing their understanding of the space they live in. Even if there is nothing there, their instincts still tell them to look. And here is where it becomes even more fascinating. During these moments, your cat often includes you in that silent check of the environment. You are part of their territory map. When they pass by your sleeping body, glance at you, or pause nearby, it is not accidental. In their perception, your presence is part of the stability of their world. Your safety equals their safety. So even in the middle of their instinct-driven activity, they repeatedly return to check on you in the most subtle ways possible. At some point in the night, another behavior often appears, and most people completely misunderstand it when they notice it. Kneading. That slow rhythmic pressing of paws into your blanket, pillow, or even your body. It looks cute. It feels comforting. It almost seems like a leftover habit from kittenhood, and in many ways it is. But it is not just nostalgia or random comfort-seeking. Cats have scent glands in their paws, and when they knead, they are also marking their environment in a subtle way. When this happens while you are asleep, it is not just about comfort, it is about integration. Your cat is mixing its scent with yours, reinforcing a shared space that, in their mind, belongs to both of you. It is a quiet claim, but not one of dominance. More like belonging, like saying without words that this place and you are part of their secure world. Then comes one of the most mysterious moments of all. Sometimes, if you have ever caught your cat staring into darkness at night, completely still, eyes fixed on something you cannot see, it can feel unnerving. Human instinct immediately tries to assign meaning to it. We think something is there, something invisible, something unknown. But in reality, or your cat is simply operating on a sensory level far more advanced than ours in certain ways. Their vision in low light is significantly stronger than human vision, and their hearing picks up frequencies we cannot even perceive. So, when they appear to stare at nothing, they are often reacting to stimuli that exist outside your sensory range. Tiny sounds in walls, shifting air, distant movement, subtle vibrations. To them, the world is never truly silent or empty. It is always active with signals you cannot access. And yet, despite all this heightened awareness, there is a softer side to what happens while you sleep. In the quietest moments of the night, when everything settles, your cat often engages in one of the most affectionate behaviors it has: grooming. Sometimes it is your hair, sometimes it is your pillow. It may even be your face or blanket. This grooming behavior is not random. In feline social structure, grooming is a sign of deep trust and bonding. Cats only groom those they consider part of their inner circle. So when your cat does this while you are asleep, it is performing a social ritual meant for family. You may never notice it. You may only wake up to small signs, slightly messy hair or warmth near your head, but the intention behind it is deeply social and emotional. And perhaps the most important part of all of this is what your cat does after everything else quiets down. After the movement, after the checking, after the subtle interactions with your sleeping form. There are moments where your cat simply sits nearby, watching you in silence. And in that silence, something very subtle happens. A slow blink. That gentle closing and opening of the eyes that, in cat language, represents complete trust and emotional safety. It is not something they do for reward or attention. It is something they do because they feel no threat in your presence. And surprisingly, this can even happen while you are asleep, when there is no audience and no response expected. It is communication without expectation, connection without demand. When you put all of this together, the strange nighttime behaviors start forming a very different picture. Your cat is not unpredictable or mysterious in a chaotic sense. It is deeply instinctive, emotionally connected, and constantly balancing survival programming with social bonding. While you sleep, they are not just existing beside you. They are quietly interacting with your presence, checking your state, or reinforcing their bond with you, and interpreting a world that is far richer in sensory detail than the one you experience. And maybe the most surprising truth of all is this: what looks like silence and stillness from your side is actually a full emotional and instinctual conversation happening in the dark. One you were never meant to consciously see, but one your cat has been speaking in every night since the beginning.